Hey guys, we're back with the Great Ace Attorney. Last time we were on the trial of Case 4. We are going after the Red-Headed League. They know who killed Gregson. I don't know what's going on in this case, by the way. I assume we're gonna start getting into stuff now, like the real of it. You know? Yeah, antechamber 1233. Oh, there you are, Odo. I kept you, my dear fellow. Why are you pointing at me? Why are you pointing up? Hello, Mr. Sholmes, Gina. Sure about what you said in there? That the boss, you know, actually died the day before? It's pretty hard to swallow. Has she said the last time she saw him? Yes. I was shocked by the revelation too, Gina. As was I. Possibly more shocked than both of you. It's not a competition, Mr. Sholmes. More shocked than all of you put together. This is the autopsy report in question, is it? This is strange that there's no time of death noted. Suppose it's a simple explanation. Perhaps it's a deliberate omission. Oh dear, it was deliberate. Puts me in mind of the last case we worked on, and Dr. Scythe. I know. Anyway, seems that on the day before Lord Van Zeeks discovered his body, Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League. So perhaps something happened with them. Come to think of it. You had trouble with those League men too, didn't you, Mr. Sholmes? You're taken in by their trick. No! Naturally, I wasn't taken in, as you put it. My sleuth hound... Oh, speaking of hound, I've been working on reading Hound of the Baskervilles again. I completely forgot about it. So I started on it again. I gotta finish it, I figure, before Case 5, right? Like, that's probably gonna be, like, when it's relevant. Interest was merely piqued slightly by the rare set of a weekly £4 income. Like, I imagine it's gonna be, like, the final part of the trial. Everything seems lost. Then, like, Iris walks in, like, Gumshoe with, like, a bag, and, like, she has the transcript of Hound of the Baskervilles in it. And then we're gonna read it, and it's gonna be like, oh! Male Strongheart is the killer! That scent masks the underlying scent of deception, I suppose. What, but Male Vortex? Strongheart? I can't remember his name. What's his name? Male Strongheart? Yeah, Male Strongheart. Remember, his Japanese name is something Vortex. Heart Vortex? Is that it? I don't know. Yeah, forget about you guys. The cute anime girl. This is a lot of people. Two criminals in question, the pair was having arrested yesterday. Mr. Sholmes is with him. That's right, Suze! It was me what took him in. That's a tip up by a good law-abiding citizen. Indeed! Yours truly. It's gonna be that pair and the witness stand next, is it? I forget what they look like, but they reminded me of the two from Case 5 of the first game. Something doesn't quite make sense to me, though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found, you hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, had you? Why would the Inspector have been investigating them? Well, the likely explanation would be that Gregson's own sleuthhound interest was piqued by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. Don't tar him with the same brush as you, Sholmes. Yes, well, there's a whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Van Zeeks for some reason. The Reaper, the Red-Headed League, Inspector Gregson, Lord Van Zeeks, and Kazuma. Feels though he knew he would arrive at this point somehow. Gosh, I think you're right. What's he really trying to achieve here today? Did he? Did he know we'd get here? All the answers will soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellow. 12:34. We've been talking for 1 minute. The recess will be over very shortly. You're right. Kazuma was determined that he should be the one to prosecute this trial. He was determined that I should take the defense. What is it he's hoping to make me see, I wonder? Get the feeling we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. Are you ready then, Mr. Zato? Yes! 2nd of November, 1 p.m. Old Bailey. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Barrick Van Zeeks, here present, who stands accused of murder. Now then, Prosecutor Osuki. My lord, have you summoned the witnesses as requested? Yes, the 2 members of the Red-Headed League who planned and carried out the deception. They arrived not long ago from the local prison by police carriage. I'd actually love it if it was just the 2 guys from Case 5. Very good. Bailiff, usher the two men into the courtroom. And their brother would be dead. Yeah, it's not them, but like, you know, like same, similar looking dynamic. These two men are currently being held by the police on suspicion of attempted extortion. May I make your occupations? State your name now for the court. Why can you? So like, that's definitely going to be relevant later. State your names now for the court. He has a monocle. I'm Fabien Del Rosso. Oh no, I have to learn how to say French names. We're through all of Disco Elysium without having to do that. Don't say this guy's Raphael. Descendant of the great Del Rosso family from Nice and France. My name is Peppino de Rossi. I wonder where he's from. I'm the third son of the great family de Rossi, the landowners from Napoli. Two men first became acquainted at a boarding school for European nobility. Sis was graduated from Temsik as the future leaders of Europe. But, do you have any idea? I feel like I'm just making him even more Italian than the other guy. How boring it is to be born with noble blood. Alas! I make it my mission to get the better of the world by employing the little grey cells of my Poirot? He's not Belgian. That is all I am trying to do. You say it Poirot, right? Not Poirot? So, it's the only reason for this whole grand deception you've been carrying out? Boy, you could say that. Not bad, eh? He has the grand ideals, but the petty plans. The strange combination is at the charm of the hilarious brothers. Si capo. Listen to me, Peppino. I have two things to say to you. Eh, che? Better tell me one of your grandy anecdotes. Aviva! What's he doing with his arms? Firstly, I want you to stop calling me the capo. And secondly, we're not the hilarious brothers. This is serious business. Chapello, there it is. The capo's trump card. The foil brow. It is deep, capo? The foil, the meaning of your words. Court has been led to believe that under the banner of the Red-Headed League, you have conspired to swindle money from unsuspecting members of the public. Is this true? Oi, c'est ça? What exactly was the nature of this deception by which you planned to defraud? Alors, I will explain it. No, capo! Leave it to me! As you see, we both have a vivid red hair, no? At school, we're teased for this without pity. The capo here is many times behind the schoolhouse, crying like the Trevi fountain. Where's those dogs? When there's a world where respect us redheads? Every night, he would bury his head in his pillow with a great gesture. Sis Ben Peppino, enough! I'll explain the rest. I hate these characters. Stop talking in funny voices. Speak American. The first step was a newspaper advertisement. About 1 week before the plan was put into operation, we listed the same notice in every paper in London. Yes, we saw the notice. There's this one, I believe, titled To the Red-Headed League. Oi, c'est ça. Wonder that you have seen it. Says that the only condition for joining the league is having flame-colored hair. That if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the league, you can receive a weekly income of £4. The date specified, red-headed hopefuls gathered in droves at the park specified in the advertisement. From each person present, this fair took an application fee of 5 shillings. And what's the money? To France! Is the plan most elegant, non? It was most dishonorable. But to be frank, you're being frank? But he wants to go to France with them. Said anybody was foolish enough to be taken in by such an obvious trick. Sholmes was sweating in the gallery right now. The pike was described by one witness as choked with red-headed bulk, like a castrated orange barrel. Wait! How did Sholmes know what was going on? He has to be in there, right? He's the guy with the top hat right there. The day on which all these men gathered to apply was the day before the victim was discovered. Crucially, these two men spoke face to face with every single person present that day. Oi! I've seen more red-headed people in one day than I will see in the rest of my life. See! And now, every time I see a couple's hair, I feel sick to my stomach. Anyway, why have we been summoned here today? Sorry? The date for our trial is not until tomorrow, I was told. Naturally, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial. They've only been shown this photograph. Oh, I wonder if this is going to be like something mentioned in the last trial is going to be relevant, like they know it and, you know, that kind of thing. Very good. So, Mr. Durazo and Mr. Durosi, you will now give your formal testimony for the court. Are the subject of the gentleman pictured in this photograph? Of course! We're always ready to help with the law. Hold on, I want to look at their profiles real quick. How old are these guys? Do we know? Oh, people... 25, 26, okay. He derives from the French aristocracy, it seems. Third son of a great Italian landowner. How come we know their ages, not these guys? We had more than 1,000 redheaded people assembled in the park on Lime Street that day. I don't recall the man in this photograph. Eh, Capo? None. I don't remember him. Obviously, he's dead now. But I assure you, he's not in the park. Allora, this victim has had nothing to do with us. Never like to answer for Peppino. It's your fault that we got caught in the first place. You know, they're very willing to, like, admit to what they did. Given sworn testimony that this man in the photograph was not present. Can you be certain? Oi, oi! Quite certain. We did not interview this man. Nobody looking like this came to the park. This I cannot promise. Must be noted that you have been arrested for a grand deception, however. Accordingly, this court has little confidence in your assurances. Oofa! This attitude? We get to nowhere, huh? It's really a soaking now. This confidential document was obtained directly from Scotland Yard. Records an entry from the inspector's private diary dated the day before the incident. Reads Lime Street, Red-Headed League, undercover. Ah! I have the answer. Maybe there's another similar event in the park on the day in question, eh? Maybe he's so undercover they don't recognize him. That is ridiculous. There's no question that Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League. Which means it's quite possible that's when he was killed. Very well. The defense may now proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord! That's a little water break. Nothing immediately stood out. Hold on, what's the best press here? 1,000 people, someone's in the park? I don't recall the man. Hey, Capo. I remember him. Obviously he's dead. Sure, you were not in the park? Victim has nothing to do with us. It's your fault. I mean, that's kind of... What did he do to get caught? Other than that, it might just be a press everything. What do you mean by that? Cavalo, you promised not to say, eh, Capo? If we were taking all the money that day, we should have left the country. That was my plan. Left the purchasing of the tickets for the fair to Dunkerque. Dunkerque? I don't know where that is. I assume France, somewhere. To my companion here. But he said about them on the wrong day. Oops. See, it's an easy mistake to make, huh? The 1st, the 31st. Oh, geez, a month late? Puff! No sympathy for you. We're a whole day late for the boat because of your stupidity. It's only because of this. That's the so-called red-headed detective car. Oh, Shams? Oh, yeah, you're right with Shams, duh. Capo, you know what I think? This is the work of God. It's a holy punishment, eh? Peppino, for the last time. This is not only punishment. This is only your fault. Ah! Don't blame God for your unholy mistakes. You're making me sick with anger. Maybe I make a mistake. When it's time to eat the pasta, no one is a faster. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's Italian. Seen the evidence. You haven't told us much we didn't already know. What do you think, Mr. Naruto? Was in the inspector diary? It seems likely. Wait, was that added to the court record? No, it wasn't. Seems likely he must have gone to Lime Street. They both claim they didn't see him. They don't appear to be telling lies. They're experts in deception, don't forget. So, sounding plausible is their specialty. They wouldn't have been caught if they're experts. Seems we need more information. Okay, I'm not pressing in order just in case it's not up. Press everything and do this one.
Hold it!
Doesn't look at all familiar? I don't think so. This is a wig, eh? They're trying to trick us. You're not like the people, you're trying to trick the other people. Well... Says the con artist. Between them, they interviewed 1,000 people with red hair. It would be unreasonable to expect them to remember every face. No, senor. I may be small. But my memory is very large. Never forget a thing. My opinion, I do not think this man was in the park. He's not going to give a court definite, it seems. Hey, Capo. You don't seem like a man like this, huh?
Hold it!
According to what you've said, you spoke with 1,000 or more people that day. Oh, yes, that's true. Eyes are burning by the end of the day. Surely then, you don't actually remember every single face. How are you certain this particular man wasn't present? Normally the red hair is very distinctive, eh? Not when you have 1,000 redheads crowding around. That is just an eyesore. There's some other information you could have given us. Maybe we would recall. Like what? That is not the line, Peppino. Remember, we did not remember him. We're sure of that fact, huh? There's a man with a red hair piece. His mustache should not match the color. I do not think I would have forgotten him. Yeah, someone said these two have only been shown that photograph, and they've been shown nothing else at all. What if I find them one other detail? His name? Is Fish and Chips? I mean, his name makes the most sense. I certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in a situation. What if I told you the man's name was Gregson? The man in the photograph is a Monsieur Gregson? Yes. Names, they are boring. I did not listen to any of them. Oh. It's not a real interview, huh? Just for a show. Why don't I remember the names? That's right, this changes nothing. It's not there. I've already said. Is it... So we have to go back and do that again. Which one is it? Fish and Chips? Is that how we get them?
Hold it!
Wait, I don't think it's profession. Come on. It's Fish and Chips. I certainly appreciate that. Just... Oh, wait, what if it's like once they realize what's going on, they start cooperating because they realize, you know, Cop's dead. Certainly appreciate just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember. He's always munching on a packet of fish and chips. You remember a man who was eating incessantly? Not really. I was only looking at the heads of the applicants. Well, I don't notice the fish and chips any more than the caviar and smoked salmon. Or spaghetti. Me, I love the spaghetti. Really? I had no idea. Tell them again what you said before, Peppino. Say it again and again. Is it his profession?
Hold it!
Or what if this is like a fake thing and we have to press something else? If profession doesn't work, I am going to look at the guide. I'll have to pull it up just because I have forgotten what I've already pressed. He was actually a detective. The man is a photograph, a detective. Yes. The very found you notice in the paper suspicious. Okay, Cosmo's dialogue, so this seems like the right choice. They said an investigate incognito. Sorry, but this changes nothing. There we go. Something to add, Mr. Degrassi? Check? See, I'm always adding something. Parmesan, olive oil, pepper. What I mean is, did you not agree with your friend's last remark by any chance? What did he say? About the detective? It's that. Keep your mouth shut, Peppino. You've said enough already. But why, couple? What is the problem? There's a man who said, I'm an inspector from Scotland Yard. Oh, you admitted to it. Good lord! Order! 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 Explain this, Volt boss? Stupid, whatever language that is. It doesn't look like Latin. It could be. In your testimony, witness. It's simple. Man was at the park. There was no such man. Not man. Man. But Wada! What are you saying, Capo? Have you forgotten that? I've forgotten nothing. Nobody likes this came to the park. Basta, Capo, basta! You beat me at many things, but not two. The memory and the meals. Like I said, when is the time to eat us the pasta? No one is a pasta. You're inferior to me in every other way, so shut up.
Objection.
My mom built her. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Chopped hard. The damage is done. Indeed it is, sir. What? Oh, there was a man who came to the park and said he was an inspector from Scotland Yard. However, he looked nothing like the man in the photograph. He was someone else. How can you be so sure? Because, to start with, his face is completely different. Was it Sholmes? See, it's true, it's true. Mannequin was younger, his face was clean-shaven, his eyes were sadder, his chin was thinner. No resemblance whatsoever, then. Anyway, I was not going to be fooled. I took some obvious precautions and said to him, "You're really a detective? Show us the proof." See, the couple here. Does it take a no-nonsense, eh? Well, he was well prepared. He said he had identification. Identification? An official police inspector identification? That's most unconvincing. Sorry, my lord? Counsel, no incognito inspector would offer his identification for inspection. It's quite out of the question. I mean, he's not incognito if he says he's from Scotland Yard. Definitely. Why would he expose his true identity? Clearly, the papers are fake. Sir No Capo, you're a genius! As you say in Italia, takes a thief to recognize another, eh? What happened after he announced that he was a detective? He became very annoying. He said, "You're under investigation." So I took his papers from him and chased him out of the park. It's fantastico! Look, here is the identification. You stole it from the man? He had it coming. Man was very scared. Here's not who he said he was. Indeed, the person described does not appear to have behaved as a true inspector would. I believe it would be prudent for these identification papers to be entered into evidence. But I like them. Inspector's identification has been entered into the court record. Let's see who this guy was. Do you think it's, I mean, if it's not Sholmes, this guy somehow? Gotta open it, I guess. We should look at what his ID looks like. 997? Can't read cursive. Well, not cursive, this... that. Definitely looks fake, doesn't it? Out of interest, what name does it give? Probably just something plucked out of the air. It's Tobias Gregson! Wait, what? The Scotland Yard insignia? Looks genuine to me. But oh! Department identification number details are all correct as well. Since when have we known those? You mean to say? No, it seems incredible. This seems to be a genuine identification book. So someone killed Gregson, took his book, and went to the Red League? That's unbelievable! This is the real thing after all? Wait, why did they keep it? Wait, no, wait. Did Cosmo get... I already forgot how we got it. Cosmo gave it to us, right? What are we presented at? This one? I mean, there's lots of ones we can present it at.
Objection.
I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely. Miss Lestrade. Why Miss Lestrade? What is your intention here, Counsel? Is this really a fake or is it genuine? That's the question, which we can't answer ourselves.
Objection.
That's Cosmo's objection? Have we heard him say that yet? That doesn't sound how I imagine Cosmo's voice to be. Don't be ridiculous. No Scotland Yard detective would allow his or her identification to be stolen. That is the boss's. No question about it. It can't can't be! As I suspected. The undercover detective who attended the Red-Headed League's enrollment on the day in question was the real Inspector Gregson, carrying out an incognito investigation. Whatever that means. Order! Order! But the boss has had his identification stolen. Would have reported it straight away. I mean, he was always on at me about it. If you lose someone, report it at once, he'd say. Could it be then? The inspector is physically unable to report it. Physically? What are you saying? Unable to. You're not suggesting. Yes, it's quite possible that he was killed before he had the chance to report his identification stolen. No! You see, Cosmo didn't have that plan. He was scared. Order! Oh, wait, is he dual wielding swords? Order! Order! And it's like one katana, one like... I don't know what to call that. It's not a rapier, is it? No. The defense posits that the victim was killed the day before his body was discovered at a different location. You two have anything to say about that? Whee! What's crying? I know nothing. I don't know nothing. Pull yourself together, Pepperlo. Mandu, you can't behave a little more like a master criminal as Zatanon. Now I'm gonna return to Italia. Okay. Stop crying, Pepperino. Please. Otherwise, Okay, I love these two now. Lum? Stop your whining and start talking. Alaya? I know nothing. What did he say? The court will need to hear your story in considerably greater detail. But you will tell everything, or fix the worst possible outcome. You will dry your eyes and testify again. About these identification papers, the precise circumstances under which you came by them. You're crying out loud. Nice. Witness testimony. So the truth is, we took a prisoner and kept him for the night at our secret hideout. Oh! I didn't think he was a real detective. I was too scared to just let him go that day, just in case. Took the man's identification from him and shut him in the room next to ours. There might have been a little tussle. We had him no harm. The next morning we let him go. He spent the night in a nice room. There's nothing like a prison, really. Whee. This is outrageous. You imprisoned the man? No! See, no! It was not like a prison. It was a very comfortable, a calm, and happy. Hey, Capo, did he give him fish and chips? Was the AC on? It was never part of my plan, I swear it. Ooh, Fuzzo. I think it was on my phone, eh? Just because I got the date of the ferry wrong by one little a day. Do not think it was your fault, Pepino. I know it. No, per favor, Capo. It's not a fair. You'll have plenty of time for squabbling back at the prison, Oof! I can't believe this. How could I have been a real detective? Counsel for the defense, proceed with the cross-examination. The day before the incident, it was spent the night confined in this pair's hideout. So, I guess the question is, did they really let him go in the morning? Took him prisoner. And if they did let him go, was it him they let go? Where's the secret hideout? Fresno Street? You realize what you're saying? You don't believe me! Never intended for that to happen. Sure as the detective did not intend it either. Do you think? There's nothing I could do. See, nothing else. This is the first crime for the capo. He's at the end of his wits. I have told you before, Pepino, that is not the way to describe a criminal mastermind. What about this hideout of yours? An old empty house behind the park on Lime Street. We rented the place for 2 days. An inspired idea by the capo here. Impulsive idea, I'd say. No, no, no. Not impulsive, inspired. Hey, Capo. What am I supposed to say to that, Peppino? It was in this house described that you can find Inspector Gregson, was it? Boy. You have to remember, I was under the impression that he was a pretender, not a real inspector. That doesn't quite add up, though. If you didn't think the man was a real inspector, there would have been no reason to take him prisoner, would there? None, you're right. We couldn't be completely certain. Even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day, just in case. Took his papers and... I don't know. Describe the little tussle. What do you mean by a little tussle exactly? Huh? Buff, it was nothing. Just a minor incident. It's a falso inspector. It's a good piece of work, eh, Capo? If they don't add the Z's and the A's, I can't do the accent. What happened? Oh, fine, it was a disaster. I gave him a nicer room. What does he get to do, in the middle of the night? Just to escape through the ventilator. Do you blame him? We chased him once, sir. We'll count him again. Can you blame us? Wait, you didn't shoot the man in your haste, did you? Zut! What do you think we are? Of course not. I simply caught hold of him again and took him back to the room.
Excuse me.
Something happened? Mr. Degrassi, something wrong? Hey, me! Something Mr. Degrassi just said seems to make you, seems like he make you act even more strangely than usual. What was all that about? Cavalo, times like that, you don't want to have the capo after you, believe me. Speak from my personal, experienza. Personal experience? That is enough, Peppino. There's no need to say more. The truth is, the night before we put the... No, say more, yeah. For the Red-Headed League plan into action, I was scared. It's not fair to the capo, but I could have got away. Shame we didn't manage it. The capo here came after me like the turbine, huh? Drove me back to the house, kicking and screaming. So I have the bruises to prove it. Hey, capo. Bruises, you say? Was it... Hold on. Where's the autopsy report? Nothing about bruises. Want to see the bruises? That's enough now, Peppino. No one wants to look at any part of you. What to a doa? I show or I don't. I show you or I don't. You do! Now, yeah, get naked! Allura, if everybody wants to see, then I do it. Oh! Oh, okay, I thought that was the shadow. Echo, USC is still very visible, eh? If that happened, there's no way the autopsy would miss it, right? Wait. I can't tell if that's a shadow or a bruise. That red ring around your neck? Get that when you're dragged back to the house? See, he's a couple. I said that's enough. Peppino's neck has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. You have my word. Yes, what is your opinion, Counsel? Does it matter? Wait and see. No, when is wait and see ever the right choice? Mr. Degrassi, I have to ask you. Amend your testimony with details. Hey, couple, you see? Everyone is interested in what I say, huh? Yeah. Very well. Your amend your testimony is requested. See, if you really want to know. For the collar on him and dragged him back. Do we have anything? Victim was shot in the chest at closer range, resulting in instant death. Scorch marks at point of entry. Felt it exited the body from behind. No, there's nothing there. mean, that's a 10-year-old photo. It's not really gonna help. I mean, isn't this how you can just, like... No, look, the pixel to the left of it, like, isn't shaded. So I think that's it. But what does that really have to do with anything? Right? Should we try it? We got 5 HP. The day before his body was discovered, he was taken prisoner while working incognito. No, it was not like that. It was hardly a prison. It was an invitation to stay. It was only... However you describe it, there's one glaring inconsistency that remains. Does homely actually describe a home? I mean, I know it. Describing a person is another word for ugly. What inconsistency is this, Council? Let's the court to look closely at this photograph of the victim, Gregson. Okay, that's it. You will see. There's no... Wait. Oh, that's his neck. There's no red ring visible around his neck. But that don't make no sense. It's me who took out the color off the man in the morning. So the red bruises on his neck, just like I have. Given that the mark is still clearly visible on this witness's neck, it wasn't Gregson. We expect to see bruising on the victim, who was put on the collar more recently than Mr. Degrassi. Indeed! That is most peculiar. What did we tell you, huh? Huh? We say this from the beginning, many times! Whee! Oh, Pepino is right. The man in the photograph. You're someone different as the man we held captives at night. Order! 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 It appears then that on the night before the incident, the man who visited the park on Lime Street, posing as an incognito inspector, was not Inspector Gregson at all.
Objection.
That's true, however. How do you explain the inspector's identification? This is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard. It's inconceivable that someone could have stolen such an important item from the inspector. The prosecution makes that assertion itself. We also know that the inspector made a note about the Red-Headed League in his diary for that day. Surely means we can't divorce the two events completely. The inconsistency noted by the defense is most troubling. For the real Inspector Gregson, whom the two red-headed gentlemen encountered, the fact that no bruising can be seen around his neck defies explanation. But equally, if they had actually encountered an imposter, how did that person come to be in possession of the real Inspector's identification? Does the defense have some plausible explanation, Counsel? The whole thing defies explanation. It's precisely those occasions that we keep meticulous notes of the court record, Mr. Naruhodo. So those are the facts, and the facts cannot lie while you're saying something, sir. Right. Let's wait for the prompt. No, the facts can't lie. Even when they point to something so incredible, it's almost unbelievable. Well, my lord, the true identity of the person who turned up in the park for the Red-Headed League's enrollment... Wait. Do we have, like, a modern picture? Is revealed by the information of the court record, I believe. Good gracious! Very tantalizing, Mr. Naruhodo. Why don't you help us all see whatever truth it is you've apparently seen? Who exactly was this inspector that appeared before? I mean, it has to be an imposter, right? Is there anyone else that has a Rikotoba? No? Well, she does have like a choker thing, but she's a woman. They would notice. How do they describe? Oh! Oh! I never noticed that. Though it seems incredible, I mean, the undeniable facts point to only one thing. Since no bruising can be seen on the victim's neck, the person who these two red-headed men took prisoner that day cannot have been Inspector Gregson. In other words, the whole argument up to now has been a waste of time. On the contrary, I haven't finished. What? There's no bruising in the victim's neck, so the question I'm immediately posing next is, who exactly was this man in the park on Lime Street found to be carrying Gregson's identification? See, that's alright! We tell the same story every time. Whoever this man was, the couple dragged him from a pillar to a post with a dog collar. Dog collar? Monday, baby, no. That's not so harsh as you say, huh? Who was the false inspector, eh? Who was he? Clearly the defense has an idea about that. But the true identity of the man leads to in prison that night. Let's ask the counsel of the defense to elaborate post-haste. Who did the witnesses encounter?
Take that!
Goodness me! Isn't that? One of the witnesses from earlier, who was on the stand in this very courtroom earlier today, a nameless man whose only occupation appears to be peddling heresy to passers-by. What on earth could a street seller be doing with the police inspector's identification papers? Witnesses! Is this the man or not? You couldn't mention the lip? What has happened to his lip? Ah! Okay, so this man is not for the red-headed league, eh? He's looking for the twisted lip league, eh? Perhaps rather than making such a rash claim next time, you should bite your lip instead. That's not a good one, Cosmo. Don't look smug about that. Seems improbable, yes? One undeniable fact remains. During his testimony earlier, notice something around the man's neck. I didn't notice it at all. A red ring of bruising. Eh? What? The defense demands that Mr. Gossip be brought back to the stand. Order! Order! Bailiff! Wait, hold on. I want to look at something. Look at his hair. Look at his hair. They're the same guy! That's gotta be him! Bring the aforementioned witnesses back to the courtroom. Immediately. Or like his brother or something. That one's thicker, but I never. An undeniable ring of bruising indeed. Identical to that of the witness beside him. Now what's going on here, eh? Always had this, me. It's a birthmark, isn't it? A birthmark, you say? I assume the reason you've been recalled to the stand has been explained to you. Something about an inspector again. Telling you, you got it all wrong as usual. You're denying all knowledge of it? Of course I am. Are you trying to kill me with all this nonsense, eh? Well, you'll have more stories to peddle back on Fresno Street, won't you? Now, we're gonna need you to testify again. And you, Mr. Degrassi, I'm sure you'll cooperate, won't you? Do we have any choice? In a big trouble, eh, couple? It's quite enough dilatory chatter. Proceed with the testimony. Okay, I am starving, so I'm gonna cut the video here. I figured this would probably be a two-parter anyway, so I will see you guys next time for the end of Trial Part 2. Bye.